But for now, yesterday, as we warned you here on this programme, MPs were due to vote on extending the controversial Coronavirus Powers Act for another 6 months. But a division, an actual counted vote in the House of Commons, never took place. Deputy Speaker Rosie Winterton simply waved the legislation through, laughing at some of those who were making their opposition known. Credit must be given to Sir Desmond Swayne for creatively heckling. Let's look at that moment in the House of Commons.
We still have a long way to go. This pandemic is not yet over, and the steps we're proposing will give us the support we need to continue our fight against the virus, whilst restoring yet more of our precious freedoms and the important experience that we really do love. And I commend this motion to the House.
The question is motion number 4 as on the order paper. As many as are of that opinion say aye.
Aye.
Of the contrary, no.
Aye.
Could I have the noes again?
No.
I'm afraid, I fear, the mood of the House is not to have a vote on this. I do understand. I think the honourable gentleman would have to rustle up a few more people to really get the sense that we required a vote when we do. I'm sure they will. So I think the ayes have it. The ayes. Thank you. We now come to the Opposition Day motion in the name of the...
Sterling work, Mr. Swayne, as one colleague there said just at the end of that video. Well, some leading lockdown sceptic MPs have previously warned that the draconian provisions in the law could lead to a dystopian society. But after it was waved through yesterday, many are now saying the Public Health Act, a different piece of legislation appropriately passed in 1984, was the real problem. In any case, little rationality could get through to some of the anti-vax protesters outside Parliament, who had become convinced that the vote was an anti-democratic stitch-up. Things turned ugly yesterday, with Michael Gove being among those disgracefully accosted outside the Home Office. You can see the aggressive behaviour of these agitators surrounding Mr Gove just days after an MP was stabbed to death. The lead agitator here has form after also going after Labour MP Jess Phillips and the journalist Nick Watt. Disgraceful. Similarly disgracefully, just this afternoon, more anti-vaccine protesters erected a noose and gallows on Parliament Square opposite the Palace of Westminster. Again, just days after an MP was killed. Look at that. There are no words to describe these people, but sick, heartless, brutish and moronic comes somewhere close. The Metropolitan Police have said they are aware and are making further inquiries. But back to the substance of this issue. The emergency coronavirus legislation was rammed through Parliament in March 2020 at breakneck speed and with little debate. It gave ministers sweeping powers to limit or suspend public gatherings, detain individuals who were expected to be infected, among many other things. It's controversial for good reasons, and the public deserve a level-headed explanation of what happened yesterday.